What's good, everybody? Welcome to the stream today. I had a little bit of an issue there, so I had to restart the stream. So ignore the first one. Is that music too loud, guys? Let me know in the chat how it is. Looking at longs today on GU, just covering on from yesterday. We're respecting this weekly fair value gap. We're starting to push up nicely. Would like to see these two highs get traded to at some point. So looking on the daily, we've come into it and we've formed a swing point from it. As you see, we closed over the body or the high as well of the previous day's candle. So looking for this day to expand. I've drawn out 50%, looking for an entry within the upper 50% of this candle to take price higher for the rest of the day. Now looking at the 15-minute time frame, we've kind of had an expansion and we're kind of consolidating. Yes, you could say that's a manipulation, but on the footprint chart I did not get an entry on it. So if it goes without me. If it doesn't, it will come back down to somewhere and give me an entry. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at today. We'll see what we get, guys. How's that looking on the chart? Alright, so footprint down here, there was no entry here for me. We didn't get trap sellers. Yes, we had trap sellers down here, but it wasn't good. We still got over 100 on the low. We didn't have an imbalance. Okay, so there's no entry for me. Looking at crude, again, still looking for buys on this. Bullish up to, want to see this high go at some point today. So what I can do again is draw out the 50% and look for an entry within this upper half. I still like this fair value gap down here, but it's a bit far away now. I think we'll take this high out first before we go to this fair value gap. So just looking for an entry within here as well. Again, expansion, we're retracing, we're also leaving low resistance down here, so I'd like to see a short to then go long. Footprint on here, could actually look out for a short, to be honest. If I get a short entry, I probably will take that, to be honest. Let me know what you guys are trading today. Does the dark chart look better, guys, for when I'm streaming? Does this look better? Let me know. The issue is I need to change all the settings and stuff, which is a bit annoying. If I have that. Not too bad actually. Let me know what you think of the dark screen. Crude pushing higher. Just had a change in the state of delivery there. Pretty nice candle here as well. The only thing is we don't really have sellers trapped, but we've got sellers here. We get closed over, we get aggressive buyers at the highs, got under 100, we've got bullish imbalance and bullish imbalances coming in, so I wouldn't be surprised if we go higher. I would like to see if retest this and give us a new entry. Yeah, I'm not trusting this low, to be honest. That doesn't mean that it's not going to go from here. It just means that I don't trust the low. There's still willing sellers down here willing to sell price lower at lower prices. Not really a trap. There is a trap here, because then we close over the sellers, then that they become trapped, and then we start pushing higher. But the next candle is just sellers at the high again, then we're starting to get buyers take over now, but I still would like to see price come down. For me to get long now and trust this low, just because we've had the change in the state of delivery, so now what we could say is this should be the low of the session, or the low of the day potentially, if it's going to be a Linden reversal profile. Then what I would say is we should just retrace into one of these imbalances here, then I'll get my entry candle from these imbalances, so we'll see how we react from them. And then on crude, again, still nothing as of yet. Want to see a short, but nothing showing up. On the right hand side I just have the higher time frame candles, by the way, so 1 hour, 4 hour and daily. But yeah, let me know what you're looking at today, what your thoughts are, and let's discuss it. Again, we might see this short now, rejecting this high from Asia. I would like to see us come down once more, maybe down to a projection, then look to long it. But I don't know, it's a tricky one. It's also taken out previous day high. Now let's look at the footprint of what we're seeing once we've taken out that high. So we've got trap buyers at the high, we've got a bullish imbalance. Let's see if we can start some aggressive sellers coming in now and push price lower. But again, no entry on the low for us here, wasn't a clean low. A lot of traders will be getting long on this. That's the thing. They're seeing change in the state of delivery, new fair value gap created. Once you get a tap into this fair value gap, traders are going to be long in it. But again, we do have imbalances sitting in here, so we'll see how we react from them. It might hold. If it does and we get the entry candle, we will take the trade. Crude starting to sell off like we want to see. Again, we've had an expansion phase, we're kind of retracing, but we're leaving this liquidity at the lows down here. So I'd like to see us push down lower, take out this low, then look to take it long. Candle looking good. It could be a combination candle that I've taught in previous videos, where we get a strong candle going up on the footprint. Then if this candle closes pretty strong bearish below these buyers, we can combine the two candles. Alright, so it'll be a cluster candle. We would then have under 100 at the high, bearish imbalance, trap buyers, and then aggressive sellers. So it could be a 4 out of 4 candle. We'll see how we close here, and we could be looking at getting a little short in here, guys. Candles closed, pretty bearish. Let's see how we react from these bearish imbalances. Let's get loaded up, ready to take a short. Gonna go one contract as always as a first trade of the day. Just waiting for a little rejection on this candle, and then I'll take a short. Got 10 minutes till the new hourly candle, that's the only thing that's putting me off right now. I want to see this candle then start rejecting, then the next hourly candle should be the expansion candle. Starting to reject it now. Let's sell.
Order filled.
$160 risk to make 300. So that's going to be the first trade of the day, guys. Let's see how we get on. Let me know in the chat if you prefer this chart background or the dark mode for the stream. Give me a shout what you prefer. I probably prefer this for the stream, but I'm just used to having this, so when I'm changing stuff, like I've got my GBP and my crude chart there. On this one I've only got one set up, so I need to then go on it and click it, and it just kind of messes it up a little bit. But yeah, let me know. So looking at the footprint, we're kind of respecting this bearish imbalance. Hopefully we can start trading a bit lower. Would be nice to see. Again, we are overall bullish, alright, so I'm going counter trend here, but I just don't trust this to be the low of the day, if I'm being honest with you. So I want to see a new low of the day getting made, so I'll just target this low, and then the price can do anything, and then start going higher. GBP starting to push a bit higher. How's the footprint looking? Aggressive buyers showing up here, pretty strong. Still don't like this low, but we've had the change in the state of delivery. This can be the low of the day. looking for price to trade higher. But yeah, nothing for me, I'm afraid. Crude pushing down a little bit, just kind of hovering. Let's see if we can get a better push. Just running short on this trade, just sitting at break even at the moment. Let's get that on the 15-minute. It's the only thing I don't really like is we've got this range. We've come into 50% of the range and then we're starting to push a bit higher. But I just don't like how these late lows are left. Let's look on RB, how's that looking? Yeah, we've still got the lows here as well on RB, so there's no really SMT as of yet. There is a little one here, but not good enough. Let's just look for bullish. Again, mostly I'm looking at the 15-minute chart and looking to try and get an expansion candle from the 4 hour. Right, that's mostly what my model involves, combining it with footprint chart as well. So when we get an open low, I want to see a high close obviously on a 4 hour footprint chart. And these lines when I'm on the 15-minute time frame are the 4 hour candle open. So when the 4 hour candle opens, you want to see it open, essentially trade lower, make a low, and then start getting the change and start expanding higher. But for this, we've got expansion. If we do draw this out as a full range, why is it doing that? Don't know why it's not going on the low, but you've still got a little bit to go down to here, which would be nice to see. This low is not trustworthy. All of this liquidity just sitting here. Price can still go higher, but it's just not something that I trust. I wouldn't like us to take out these highs as of yet. I want to get us to come lower, then get the reversal, then take out all this liquidity. So trade lower for the moment is what I'm looking for. We've taken out the previous 4 hour candle high, which is quite a good sign. Hopefully we can then start trading a bit lower. 3 minutes till the candle closes. If we close inside this 1 hour candle, there's a good chance this next 1 hour candle should expand lower. But again, if you've been watching my videos, that is a combination candle. So when you've got what I prefer to see is a candle like this. That's like the preferred candle I like to see. So got trap buyers, bearish imbalance under 100, and then sellers showing up. And look at the candle, it's a rejection wick candle. Okay, but when you get a reversal like this, you've got pretty bullish candle, strong bullish candle, then the next candle is a bearish candle. What I like to do is combine it. Combine the two candles into one, and then you've got the trap buyers, you've got the bearish imbalance, you've got under 100, and then you've got sellers. So yeah, that is a trade. We'll see how it goes. But again, we're not really taking out anything. That's the risk about it. We're not really hitting a key level. We're just not even taking out this high. so we might sting up, take out the high, then drop lower. But again, like I said, I'd like to leave the highs in place just to then run it when we get down here. We'll then pay the liquidity down here and run out all this buy stops. GBP moving nice. Again, looking at the 4-hour candle here. Can you see that? Wait a second, so just make sure that you can see it. Yeah, so this candle here is perfect. We run out the previous 4-hour candle's low, and then the wick is formed from the change in the state of delivery. So once we close above that, you can say this is the low of the candle, and then we can make the body now for the rest of the candle. Okay, so all I'll be looking for now is if I'm going to trust this as a low. Again, I'm not a big massive fan of it because of this low down here, but nevertheless it can still be the low. If we come down into an imbalance and we get the rejection candle, I will look to take the long trade, but I need the candle, or entry candle. Just kind of moving higher now on GBP on the footprint. Price is pushing higher, we get strong buyers showing up, but we're failing to continue higher. Aggressive sellers starting to show. This could be a combination candle if we close down here below this last buyers. But again, I want to monitor how we come into this imbalance. Again, if you trade ICT, you're looking at like fair value gaps such as like this. Yes, that is a fair value gap, but when you're actually looking at order flow, you're getting you're actually seeing the inefficiency. Okay, that looks inefficient on bar candles, but behind the actual candle you find the real inefficiencies. That's why it's so much better to combine both of them. Like if we have a look at this zone here, it'd probably be better to do on 6B. So we've got a full fair value gap here, which is shown up, but then on the footprint it's only from 3310 to 314. So 3310 to 3314. So that's the inefficiency on the footprint. So you're getting a better zone and you're finding out exactly where the inefficiency is. Okay. Some traders take it as soon as it taps into here, but really we can come all the way down to here. So yeah. Crude's moving down as we thought it was going to happen. Getting a nice rejection from, again, the imbalance. Alright. We're on the 5-minute here. We know that the imbalance is at the low of the candle. So the imbalance here is from 63.51 to 56.51. So you can basically refine your entry down to this little small area if you don't have footprint. Alright, that is the area that you're confident in trading. And again, when I used to trade ICT, traders don't get in on this. They would never enter just from seeing this. There's no market structure shift, there's no change in the state of delivery. Yes, we're about to have an inversion, but again, it's literally, you're never going to get in on this. That's why the footprint chart is so good, just because you can basically get in at the start of the move, catch the move, and you're done. So yeah, moving along nicely, running 150, so we're 1 to 1 now. We're risking $160 just to make 300. Again, I always like to go small in the first trade, build up a little buffer, then I'll use the profits from this buffer to trade the rest of the day. But yeah, no ICT trader is managing to get in here, it's a fact. What's happening though really is traders are seeing this. They're seeing CRT or whatever it is Romeo teaches. They're seeing that we sweep the previous candle and close back within, they're trying to buy. Okay, but really what's happened is we're looking to sell down to the low to then go higher later on in the day. So just looking at footprint, cover it one more time. We combined the two candles here. We didn't have our 4 out of 4 candle, but we've got a bullish candle and then a straight after it a bearish candle. We then combine the two candles and then we look for a 4 out of 4 high that is under 100 on the buy side. So if there's no willingness of buyers to buy price higher up at the moment, we get a bearish imbalance showing aggression at the high of the candle. We then have trap buyers shown on the delta, and then we have an aggressive sellers coming in, and we can also see sell imbalances on the way down, leaving an imbalance. Price then closes down here, we tap up into the imbalance, and then we have another aggressive candle. So I would like to see the seller here protect price and continue pushing price a bit lower. That's what's happened here as well. Once we got that minus 33 on the delta, price came back in, tested the 33, the sellers were still strong and pushed price down. So you just look on the right side where the strongest sellers were, minus 26 here. Prices came up, we're tapping into it now. Hopefully we can start pushing down a little bit more and take out these lows that are sitting here. GBP is just moving higher nicely, no entry for me personally. Only thing I'll be looking for now is a retracement to then get involved in the move. But this would have been an entry here, this candle that I spoke about earlier. This is a perfect 4 out of 4. The only thing properly missing is a negative delta, but we've got minus 31 delta here, which is still trap sellers. Then we get a bullish imbalance at the low, under 100 on the sellers. Then aggressive buyers step in and price starts pushing higher. So yeah, only option now for me is looking for a retracement to then go higher. But again, why? Just the bias on the daily. We've come in, we're bullish overall on the EMAs. Then what's happened is we have closed over the previous candle. That's a bullish signal. Swing points created, candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, closes over candle 2 body. So we're expecting this to be an expansion day, but there's no entry for us as of yet. My old model, how I would trade it, is the change in the state of delivery, which is here, without using the footprint. I would just wait, Asia consolidated, we get the manipulation, aligning it with the 4 hour expansion candle. So your entry would be something like, prices just absolutely melting to the upside. That would be your entry if you were trading without footprint, which would be like that. Changing the state of delivery, wait for the close above, confirming the change in the state of delivery, enter the trade, target the 2 hour. But again, no trade for us. That's going to be the targets. Again, I want to see a retracement and get an entry on this. Crude just kind of hovering about at the moment, still in the short position here. For anyone that's in here, please give the stream a like, please guys. Just to try and grow the audience that I'm looking to get. If you can like it and just write a comment or tell me what you're trading today. See, there's 2 people in here, so it would be nice to hear from you. Let's see if we can get aggression coming in on the sellers here. Should start expanding a bit lower, taking out the lows. 63.19 should be the target. Definitely is where I would like to target. 63.19 is where the TP is sitting at, guys. Down here. Just reject them before this high. What we usually tend to see is we'll get a liquidity sweep below that before the continuation, so hopefully we can pull out a entry on a retracement somewhere. Where would I like to see a monitor this bullish fair value gap, not fair value gap, imbalance, and then essentially down here on here, but we will see. Crude looks like it's starting to have some aggression now. See the aggressive sellers starting to come in at the low of the candle. Let's see if we can start attacking these lows. It's sitting pretty nice at the moment. Hoping to pass this challenge account as well today with Blue Guardian. We just need 1,000 more on the 50k account to get past. We are sitting at 2,000 profit. Can you see that? 1 second. Yeah. So we're sitting 2,000 profit. Been trading it for 5 days. 41% win rate. And that is our profit so far on it. Had one losing day, and it was basically a break-even day, to be honest. Looking to pass it this week. So yeah, that is us so far. Starting to reject now a bit on GBP. Let's see if we can start attacking these lows at some point. Anyone watch XRP, by the way? It's been looking pretty good recently. In a bullish cycle now, so hopefully we can come up to this high up here again at 3. Let me know if you want any in the chat. By the way guys, if you want me to look at anything, I can still look at it. Even though I trade GBP and Crude, I can still look at any pair. I've traded everything, to be honest, but these are the two pairs that I trade now only. Well, not only, because I took a trade yesterday on natural gas. I took a short yesterday. From up here, sorry, from here. We caught this move in New York session that I did a video on. But just to kind of cover it, the weekly, we hit into this weekly fair value gap the previous week. We swept out the previous week high. We start going bearish. Scaling on the daily time frame, we have a candle 2. We sweep Friday's high, close bearish. So yesterday I was expecting a bearish day. And then on the 15 minute, again, what did I say? What happened to GBP? We get the 15 minute change in the state of delivery, confirmed the high of the day. Then we just traded lower. So all I waited for was London to start, New York session to start. We got the move higher, and then all I was looking for is this area on the footprint chart to get an entry where we caught the move lower. So it was a pretty nice move, and that is basically what's happening here. Consolidation, manipulate, changing the state of delivery, close above. Now maybe wait for London. London will just be a continuation of this move, depending if this holds, which it should. Let's look at Crude. Crude is moving nice. We're getting aggressive sellers showing up now, pretty strong, so we should start smashing through these lows, and I believe that will be a take profit on here. So yeah, nearly TP guys. Again, this is just a counter trend move that I'm trading to then take the long, by the way, guys, so it's just a little one to start the day off. Drop me a question if you've got any. Let's see if we can get the expansion down to the low. It's just melting higher. Nothing really for me as of now. Just trading this. So that's the 4 things that I look for when taking an entry. Okay, so for a tier 1 candle, wait, can you see that? So that's what I need to see in the candle. Alright, I need to see a delta trap. Okay, I need to see directional imbalance or trap imbalance. I need to see a sub 100 print at the extreme and aggressive control in the correct half. Okay, so let's cover what that actually means. So again, we've combined the 2 candles here. Okay, but at the very extreme of the candle, sub 100, we've got 5 here, so that's 1. We've got a delta trap, so we've got buyers getting trapped. We've got a directional imbalance, so we've got a bearish imbalance at the high, and then we've got aggressive control coming in where we've got the bearish imbalances and the delta showing aggressive sellers. So I must see this at the high or low of the candle. If I don't see it, then there's no trade. Let's see if we can start going lower now. Should hit TP any moment. What we can do is we can go break even anyway. TP approaching, guys. rejecting a little bit, but I still believe we're going to go short and take out the low. Stop is at break even anyway, so nothing to worry about there. Please like the stream and give me a follow if you don't mind. Just trying to grow this channel a bit. Just started streaming. Been trading for 6 years. It's my full-time job at the moment. Like, comment, any questions you've got, file them in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, been doing this for 6 years, been profitable about 3, and what changed the game for me was, yeah, I use a little bit of ICT concepts, but introducing order flow, footprint charts, understanding what's going on behind the candle, that's actually what changed the game for me. Should hit TP soon on this, to be honest. Still running it. Nearly hit TP there, but again we're still going to be holding it. If it takes me out break even, it takes me out break even. It's only a one contract trade, so not too fussed about the trade. But just to cover it again for anyone that's just joined that wants to know why I took the trade. Overall I'm bullish. We've had an expansion, we're retracing. Alright, I want to see, I don't trust this as being the low of the day, so I'm looking for buys overall, but I don't trust this low as being the low of the day. Alright, we also had this kind of trend line liquidity there that I wanted to see get ran out. I want to see this get ran and then look to get along maybe later on. So what I did was, I seen on the footprint the entry candle that I looked for, and I wanted to see this liquidity getting left in so that we can run it, and then we can start pushing higher from there and then take the liquidity as we move higher. So then when I see the entry pattern within the footprint chart, I took the entry. Alright, first trade of the day, always use one contract just to build a little buffer, then I'll use the profits for that to then trade for the rest of the day. And yeah, it's playing out pretty nice. Looking at the footprint, if you guys can see it alright, we've got a combination candle here that I call, where we've got a strong bullish candle met by a bearish candle straight after it. Because we don't get the kind of everything that I'm looking for within this candle, I combine the two candles together, and what we get is the exact 4 out of 4 high that I need to have. The 4 out of 4 candle, which is under 100 on the buyers, so that shows that there's no willingness of buyers to keep buying price higher. That basically shows us that there's an exhaustion in the market. We also get trapped buyers shown on the delta at the high. Straight away at the high as well, we're getting bearish imbalances showing the aggression coming in at the high of the candle, then followed by aggressive imbalances on the body, the main body, and then at the low of the candle we can see on the delta we've got aggressive sellers coming in. Alright, we then close, I enter the trade, next candle comes up into the imbalance shown here, we come in, show no willingness of buyers to buy any higher again, and then we start rejecting again, bearish imbalances, aggressive sellers at the lows. So that was the entry candle. Again, if you're an ICT trader, you are looking at this and there's no entry for you. You would wait for a market structure shift or an inversion or whatever. Inversion happens down here, so your entry would be down here. It's too late, you've missed the move. All I'm looking for is this imbalance here. This is what a real imbalance looks like on the footprint chart. Price stings into it and then we trade lower. Alright, combining that with we sweep out the previous 4-hour candle high, and we're looking to take out the low at the bottom. And then we want to frame a long within the open to the 50% of the previous daily candle, as overall we are bullish. So once we take the money here, take profit, I will then look to long it. But yeah guys, that is basically my trading model for anyone that wants to understand it. I trade footprint charts for my entry, but I use basically weekly profile, daily profiles for what I do on the candlesticks, but my entry will always be confirmed with a footprint. Please give this stream a like guys, it does help the channel out, it helps me out. I've only got 25 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like the channel, and comment what you're looking at today, or if you want me to look at it for you, I would be happy to do it. Let me have a little look at Australian dollar. I just thought that looked pretty good yesterday. Not looked at it again since though. Oh wow, pushed higher. Nice. Yeah, so we're going to target these highs, obviously that's where we're going. Simply going to this high up here. We've had the swing formation at the low, closed over the body of the previous candle, so we're expecting another bullish day on this. Again, I would just mark out my 50% of this candle and look to frame along within the upper half of it. 15 minute, basically exact same as what we've had on GBP. Consolidation, we manipulate, changing the state of delivery and start pushing higher. Yeah. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Hopefully we don't start pushing higher now. I don't see it though, I still think we'll come lower. How's GBP looking? Oh, we're starting to reject here. Let's see how this fair value gap can react. Do we have... oh wow. Yeah. We've got SMT sitting down here now. So yeah, we can trade higher. Crude is obviously the stronger pair now. SMT on the lows. Why would I not trust this low and take a buy here? Still willing sellers down here. Over 112 sellers down at the low here, willing to sell lower prices. So what does it look like we're doing? We're coming back to the imbalance. Please like the stream if anyone is in here. Give me a wee subscribe. Just trying to help you guys out. Anyone wants a hand trading, shoot me a message and we'll get to work. Again, look at what we're reacting from on the footprint. None of your ICT fair value gaps. Okay guys, I'm going to make a quick coffee and then I will be back with you in a little minute, so don't go anywhere. Again, if you haven't subscribed while I'm away, subscribe, like the channel, and I will be back in a second guys. We are back. I'm gonna duck off soon, guys. If there is no questions or anything like that. nearly out at break even, and we will call the stream there if it happens. The only reason it failed is just that the SMT happened at the low with RB. So RB took out the low, Crude never. So, but it's good it started expanding now. We will see what happens. Looks like we're going to go into this imbalance, and we might be, reject it and go lower. If I get an entry candle within that, I'll take the short again, just because this low is not, to me, is not very good. I'd like to see it come up, tap into this, go lower, then go higher. But I do see the sweep here because I get SMT at the low. So we'll see. Starting to reject a little. Right boys, we're going to duck off in a second and I'll update a video. I'll just do a video if the trade comes in later. I'll do a breakdown of crude for the day anyway later on. So we will see. You need to wait till later and watch the video really if the trade's going to win. What I'll do though is I'll break it down. We're just waiting here, not doing much. Price is starting to go lower, but there's nothing really happening. Pretty boring stream. Took one short. We're still running it, as you can see, which is sitting here. We were literally one tick away from getting stopped out break even. I still do think we might push a little bit higher, but you never know. I will update the chat and update you guys in a video later on where I'll do a trade breakdown for the day, and I'll basically explain the full trade. We'll go over it, and yeah, I'll probably be taking a trade in London to go long, so I'll probably break that down as well when that happens. I doubt I'll be back streaming on New York session. It's just because I'm playing golf later on today, so I won't have a lot of time to come back on and stream. I'll just be focused on my trading, try and make a little bit of money before I go play golf. So yeah, guys, I hope you all have a good day trading. If you haven't, please like the stream, subscribe, and I'll update you all with a YouTube video later on how the days went. Again, just to confirm what has happened, we're shorting crude just down to take the low out to then look for a long later on in the day. We've had an expansion, we're retracing. I want to see the low getting taken out and then we push higher. Then within GBP we have just expanded pretty high. I would like to see a retracement and then start to push higher again. If we look at the footprint now, we're starting to get a nice reaction from here, so you never know, we might trade lower into these lows now. But again, thanks everyone for watching the stream. Whoever joined, thanks for whoever liked the stream. I hope that the channel grows further. When you don't see growth in the channel, it is pretty demotivating when you've got one person tuning in. It's not the best thing to do, and it makes you unmotivated to keep doing it. But we're just going to stream because I trade anyway, so it doesn't make a difference if I'm on live or not. I can talk to myself and I can basically talk myself through my trades anyway as I'm doing it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. You maybe learned something. If you have, please again like the stream and give my page a subscribe to it. Yeah, subscribe to the page, like the videos, watch the future videos, and I hope to see you all in the Discord channel. If you want to join my Discord, the link is in the bio. So yeah, join it, and I'll speak to you all in a bit, guys. Peace.